So in case you are confused of how this was done, I'll just do it. So what I did first was copy this background. So based on I want a consistency, I copied the background, placed it Ctrl V, right? Then I drew a box by double tapping. So the first box will go like this, right? Then here's the center of the page. So I can duplicate this one. Right. So I have two of this, then I'll duplicate also. It comes down. So here, this one will be black, got an airline. And this one we don't have a color. So I'm using here and moving the airline, right? So the background is the same with this beginning. So Ctrl C. So I'm going to power clip it inside of this box. So I'm saying fit content, fill frame proportionally. That is all. So that was how I created this. So I'll copy this icon and this. So I'm mixing both ash and white together. This is another way that the logo can be presented horizontally or vertically. So in this space here, we'll be explaining the logo breaking out. So like we said yesterday, we used letter A. So letter A first of all. So we'll just break it into three aspects of how this logo was created. Then I'll break this also. Then finally, I have the water droplets. So here we have letter A. So with this, the client will be able to understand the idea behind the design. All right. So I'll do this. I'll put in the proper explanation. So what we'll do is, I like to use. I have the ideas, but I'll use as is. I'm hearing you.
So I noticed that whenever you want to resize your font, instead of using the actual resizing option, normally use the resize shape, all those resize stuff. What's the difference or what's the benefit?
I said design is kind of fast paced. Let's say I want to write God now, right? In my mind, maybe this is the size I want God to be like, right? So maybe this is the size I want God to be, and my God is like this, right? So instead of going here, right? You're talking about this font side, are you?
Yes,
Are you hearing me? So instead
yes,
of
sir.
going to this font side and clicking 100, 200, stuff like this, it might take me, I might not get the exact thing I want. So it's better for me to use this shape to this peak to just move it and get to the point I want. So when I have gotten to the one I feel like I can stop increasing. Now, most times you might want to increase and you drag from here and here, right? Or if I want to decrease also, like this, all the edges should decrease at the same time. I'll click on shift and just drag the item at the same time. And okay, I feel it's better than going to the text too. It's better and more faster.
Okay,
Is that
thank you,
clear
sir.
enough?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we're talking about explanation for this logo. So we already have three aspects. We have to say the logo is looking like letter A, right? Then the human factor, then finally the water. So I'm going to go back to that our group chat where we started from. Going to respond to where the AI gave us the brief. So I'm going to reply it and say, hi, I've created the logo and here so I need to speak to it as if I'm speaking to a human. I need to generate something for me. And here are my ideas that we used. I would like you to create a rationale behind the three aspects I would point out. So, one, letter A from the brand name, which is Aurora, was used in the design, but in a stylized stylish way. Two, we created a human form to represent who the brand is working for and wellness. So the human is looking like the letter A in capital form with a dot at the top. Then finally, three, created a water droplet like the brief decided in a negative space. So remember what I tell you, negative spaces inside of the logo. Kindly make this into a rationale. So I'm going to wait for the AI to make a rationale with this. So as you can see, basically this is my idea. All right. So all I just did is for AI to make it more better. So what I need to do now is just copy this text and impute it into the design. All right. So I'll copy the first one, which is stylized A. Control C. So sometimes you might have some ideas, but to explain it out might be so difficult for you. So that's what this AI is for, to help us make it better. So I'll use medium instead. So now that he has written it, you have to now arrange it properly. Anyway, why the hear Ellen voice inside that meeting? So this kind of meeting now they like everybody gonna make noise. And they like serious meeting. 10.5. Alright, so we have the first one. So all I need to do is just duplicate this stuff like this. Put it here also. So I'm keeping this here also. So the next one is human form. You get the money send us our data. Very, very important. All right. The last one will be the water droplet. 3 MTT. Una know is too much. But I know they give us money. So they say they want to give us data. They only send 10 gig. 10 gig video almost finished now. Don't remember 6 gig like this. I guess I'm going to get 10 gig of water. So you've seen it. So here we have the brand rationale. So the stylized letter A, water droplet, negative space, and human form. So because the client is not seeing it, seeing what you're talking about here, we can then now show it in the next slide, right? To explain the logo better. So we can still put this there. And we can just add this last part. So before you know, you have already started making page one, page two, page three, page four, page five, just by just doing this. All right. So in our next page here, you're going to do something like the logo variation. Right? So logo variation is like we're going to increase the logo in various size so that it will check the functionality of whether if this logo appears in a small form, it will still function being bigger. So this logo is scalable, so there's no need for that. So yeah, we'll create like some do's and don'ts. But that might not be necessary right now, right? So I think only this and this is like basic for you guys. I wouldn't like go into so creating a brand guide is very, very large, right? So create even do's and don'ts, telling the client do not stretch, do not do this, do not do that. Should we just do let's say let's create some do's and don'ts. Let's say generate do's and don'ts for the logo. So some of them are like use the logo in a bright color scheme. Don't stretch the logo. Don't do that and that. So we would have to now start arranging them, doing that. Doing that. I don't have enough time for that. So we have been postponing designing of the business cards. So let's just jump into creating mock-ups for them for a particular brand. But before we create mock-up, we'll design like a business card. So let's get back to that class of business card I have not touched since. Right. So what is a business card? Has anybody used a business card here before? Nobody's talking. Nobody's typing. Anyone you want to use and respond. So business cards are a fundamental tool for networking and brand position. So we explore how to design a professional, memorable business card using this color that I'm using. So to develop a business card for a fictional company, this practical exercise will cover typography, logo integration, and ensuring that the card is print ready. All right. So here we are going to let's bring both the icon and the stuff together. So I'll be using this, and I'll also be using their brand pattern also. All right, so you see the reason why we created a brand pattern. We'll use it in this particular business card. All right, so no, they use their internet. So let's design this business card. So what does a business card entail now? Business card, most of the time I think that business card is one of the most easiest things to do, right? As far as the brand identity is already created, all you need to do is just follow the brand guideline and you'll be good to go, right? So I also say that it is very rare most times for clients to just reach out to you that okay, we want to design a business card. So what they do is that they meet the designer who already designed their logo, right? So already designed their identity. So it is more easier that way. So let's say, for instance, you are not the one that designed their logo or their brand editing, and they reach out to you to design a business card. The best thing for you to ask is, do they have a logo already? Are they branded already? Fine. If they say yes, they are branded. You ask, do you have a brand pattern? They have send me the logo, send me the brand pattern. then the color codes, right? So they might ask you, "And why you asking for all this?" It's because you want to follow that same branding. It's the only time you will create something different is if they have already created a new brand entirely, right? So if they have not created a new brand entirely and they are still sticking to that same brand, you have to like create a design that is going to reflect, right? That's going to reflect that their brand. Right? That brand needs to be reflected in the design. So you want to create a business card, right? First thing first is what is the size of a business card, right? So the size of a business card is 3.5 by 2, right? So that's the measurement 3.5 by 2, so by 2 inches. Right? So that's the size of a business card, 3.5 by 2 inches. So if we should draw a box, I'm going to give you that size 3.5 by 2. All right. So remember, we said Corridor is a vector-based software design, which is scalable. All right. So being scalable means that we can increase the size. Right. So once you have made the box 3.5 by 2, you have the right to increase the size of that particular um, that particular box. Right. So since we have drawn it here, I'm going to increase it already. So I'll be creating it in a way that this page will take two, because we'll be designing both the front and the back. All right, so we have two of them. All right, so we have the front and back. Now, what you should not think is that, okay, what should be on a business card? What are the things that people want to see on a business card? Sorry. So on a business card, you have the logo of the brand, right? You have their logo, and then what else do we have? We have the name of the person who owns the business card. We have so on and so forth, right? Now, there's some business card where all the informations would be at the front cover, right? Where the back, there's no other thing, right? There are also some business cards where it is just blank, right? We have like barcodes and stuff like that everywhere, right? So, depending on the kind of business card that you are trying to design at the moment, all right? So now let's start. So I'll be placing our logo first. So for this one, I would, we have this already, whether at this side or you want to use this. So I'll be using this kind of arrangement instead. So I'll just place only the icon, right? So next thing I want to do is put the name of the owner of the business card, all right? The owner of the business card. So let me find the name here. So this font that I wrote now is area, right? But instead of area, we'll be using the brand font, right? So the brand font is Gilroy. So we change it to Gilroy Selling Bold. All right, Gilroy Selling Bold. So I want to give this kind of color. So I'll be reducing the opacity. Right. So it's blue, but kind of a lighter shade of. It's, oh, sorry. lighter shade of that blue. All right. So Aziz Saka, then we're going to give it a row. Let's say founder slash director. So yeah, we'll be applying hierarchy. So since Aziz is the main guy here, we'll reduce this part. Right. So director will be a bit smaller than the main name, but they need to be arranged properly. Right. Still at the side. So instead of black, I'll be using this dark blue, which is part of the brand color. Yeah, then use this here. So move on. So what next would we be having? Also be having now is their details, right? Their details. So that's basically almost everything you need in this design. So let me use this brand pattern. I want to place the brand pattern inside the logo. I'll be power clipping it inside this. So now we have like a border. Thinking of placing it at the top. Let me see how it work at the top. I'm mixing this with white. So we have our icon. We have sorry. Just testing it out. I might not use it. I think it's not necessary there. Just this pattern is enough. I'm still testing the water, so just chill. Let me place it here instead. I'm getting a different idea entirely now. Let's do something different. So at the back is where I'm going to like put all the other information. It's fucking not working. So we'll start with their phone number. So the we'll start with their website first. Let's see www.aurora.wellness.com. Another thing we'll add is phone number +234. Then finally I'll now put some address like Aurora wellness at gmail.com. So for this ones, we can leave it this way, or we can add icons. So we can create icons for the web, icon for the mail, and icon for this. So we can easily just search for icons. Say contact info icons, so that we get everything at once. I don't want to be coming back, coming back, coming back. I'll save the image this time. So we can import those images. If I trace them, I hope it traces them well. Though I've taught you how to design these icons already, so in order to save much time, so we'll ungroup them. Think one, two, three, then web. Right? This thing did not even really trace this thing well the way I want it. But we'll use it like that. Let me see which one works better. Okay, I think I'll prefer this one. So the only thing we are putting here, call icon, web icon, and this one is their mail. But some persons might not really understand that as a mail icon, right? So I want something that everybody can understand. So I'll use it that way.
Sorry,
Let's
please.
use the
What do you
art.
use to simplify that stuff?
Why did I used to do what?
Simplify those icons. Their image me initially.
Simplify. I did not simplify. Get your English correct. It's called trace. So let's say like
Which
an
tools do
image
you
like
use?
this now, like this one. If, that's what I want to tell you now. If you want to trace, you guys click and you say there's quick trace here, right? And there's outline trace. So use outline trace. Select any of them. So you can use detailed logo or whatsoever. I've done this before in class now. So you say okay, it will trace out the stuff,
Okay,
right? And you
thanks.
can change the color. Yeah. So you
Thank you.
have to ungroup it also. That's basically it. So I would add one more thing here. There's one more thing that's missing, which is address. So where are these located? Um, it's too long. To realize I'm aligning them all. So they should be arranged. That's one thing very very important. So now we have added like the most important aspect of this design. The only thing remaining now is their social media addresses. So most persons might not even really add it. So you might just even just take this and put it here or make it bigger and you're done, right? But I wouldn't want to just end the design there. I would like to add social media icons. So let's just get social media icons. I already taught you how to design this stuff. So in case you want to design it yourself, you design. Or if you're not designing, you can download and trace. But when you are tracing, the only problem is that sometimes this thing might not trace it perfectly. It might look jaga jaga. And that will not be good for the brand you're working for. So what I'm taking only from here is the first three, so the others can go. So I'm placing this one down here. So all over everywhere, they are using the same name. So if you look at it like the business card now, it's so simple and straightforward, but it has all the information that is needed. Right? So we have the icon of the brand. But I'm still thinking of using the brand name here, but the brand name is not even showing at all at all. So instead of putting it, I can break it separately. I guess with this, you can create a business card, right? So I use this style, right? Another person might use another style. So for this same brand now, let's like redesign this business card again in another form. All right. So instead of going this route where we placed all this like this, let's see something I want to add to this. Just hold on. Let's go on this light a bit. Is the hot. So I'm placing the icon inside the background also to like add some key to it. Show it. We're gonna show him. So this time around, I'll be putting as this at this side. The kind of style I wanted to use before. So this time around, we'll use this. So for this, instead, you now take this one. You see that? So you can go for a different kind of style. So business card is the same thing, right? Having the brand name, having the owner of the business card, right? And having information of how they can reach out to them, right? I'm coming. But I had to use this. So you would have gone with either this or this. There's still another way you can still arrange the design. Right? You can even go for this one that we're using down here to be up here. Right? You can go for that for him to be up here and the just the brand name should be on this side, or even the guy's name itself can be at the back, and just the logo will be at the front, right? So the best thing to do is just the same way we taught you how to design a flyer or a logo or whatsoever. It's the same step, which is making a research first, right? So you can make research. Say, um, let's look for business cards. All right, so you see images. You see a whole lot of business cards that people are designing with different style, right? So every business card with different style, business cards with different style. But only thing that is constant is the information, right? So the information that is in the design is constant. So that is the same thing for you also when creating a kind of design like this. So you have to like make the design, make the informations, then you can now come up with different style by looking at what people have done. But you see what I did here? There's a reference I was looking at, but you couldn't see it, right? So I was thinking on my head, change this, change that, do this and do that. So that is how you create a business card. So, but the most important information is that you have to know that a business card has the logo of the brand, take the font type, right? Have the name of the person that owns it, then also have their email address. Not even really that stuff. Whatever the client provides you, right? But it is you're in your position to ask them that I do you have a website? Do you have a phone number? Do you have an email address? Do you have a location? Right? And also social media handles. So if they don't have, you can advise them to create and tell them the reason why it is important for it to be on their business cards. Right. So all those are the job of the designer. So our job does not only limit us to just talking to the clients, just talking to them about payment. All right. So your jobs also is also for the betterment of their brand. Tell them what is good for their brand, what they need to put in their brand to capture the hearts of their client. So the next thing I'm going to do here, since tomorrow we'll now use the same style and create an ID card. But now let's create a simple mock-up with this. All right. I'll be creating the mock-up here in Colombia. All right. So the first style we can use. So let me just duplicate this. So let's say in case we are trying to create like a presentation for it, on group this ones, group this. All right, so we've done this like this. Just watch what I want to do. So I want to like arrange it properly. So I'll group this. All right, I'll duplicate. Then I'll duplicate again. All right, I think there's enough. I can group them, then duplicate again. All right, so then duplicate again. So depending on the kind of system you're using, some of your system might hang. I don't know, my own side is already having problem with it. So I'll group this stuff. So now I need another box, which is this. So I'm going to power clip everything here inside of here. Nice. I think this guy doesn't want to power clip. Power clip. Okay, I think look how I group them. So items. Let me ungroup and see if it's going to power clip this time. Wow. So you know what? I'll convert everything here to a bitmap. That is a picture. So if I say bitmap, convert to bitmap. So a bitmap is the picture form of the design. So let's say this time now, I'll clip it inside. It's working. So what I'll do next, I'll go inside, edit the power clip. So I want to rotate it. I can say fit content, fit frame proportionally. And then we have various type of them. So I can rotate this stuff like this, make it bigger. So if I page down, I can place this one here. So you can see the design here. So here now it's more looking like a presentation. You might have seen samples like this online, right? So you can search for business card templates. You would have seen people who have presented their business cards this way. This is like a mock-up for it. So if you create that business card, I want you to create something like this also. So if you are confused how I did it, just ask now. If you are confused how I was able to power clip it in there, Idris, I saw a message. I thought that Idris asked question. It's even attendance. This guy is not serious. I thought that it was a question. Finally, our light is on. All right. So you have seen what I've done. I think my class is This is what I want to teach you guys today: how to create business cards. So you have seen how we have keep following. So today is what? Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday. This will be your class ends Friday. So on Friday, I'll be doing like proper mock-ups with this brand. But by tomorrow, I should create an ID card with this same brand, right? An ID card with this same brand. So people that have not been joining
How
the
about
class,
letterhead?
they have not been seeing what. Oh, I think I have enough time for that. Thank you for talking about that. I I I I forgot. Like I forgot. So we have enough time for that. I don't want to go into ID card right now. So letterheading is an official how we call it official form of sending a letter to any client, say, right? So imagine that MTN wants to send you an invite. They're going to use their letterheading, which has their logo and stuff like that, right? So that's an easy way to follow the brand pattern of that particular brand, all right? So a letterheading is basically in A4 size, right? A4.
What's up now? I'm not seeing anything now.
Me too. I rejoined, but still can't see the screen.
Everywhere blank.
Maybe it's network. Maybe you just log out and come back.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right. So our internet went off here. I'm powering it with my phone right now. So let's continue. Okay, it's still recording. I wanted to be sure. All right. So I was saying that letterheading the size is A4. All right. So you have to create like an A4 page, right? As you can see, what we are working here is not A4. It's a custom size. So I had to create a new page entirely for it. All right. A4. So what I just need here is just the size of the A4. So I've created a box that has the size of the A4. Right, so I will copy it, Control X, and go back to here that I'm working. But in case you are just designing a letterhead for your client, continue on that A4 page all throughout. For me, I'm using the A4 inside of here, so that's why I brought it here.
Are you
All right.
sharing your screen, sir? Please.
Wow,
We are
I'm
not
not
seeing
sharing.
anything, no.
Sorry. So let's continue. I wasn't sharing before. You are saying now, Abi? See, once we
Yes,
join the
sir.
class, tell me at the beginning that you are not seeing my screen. Don't wait till I've talked for long. All right. So I just created A4 and I brought it here. Right. A4 size. So this is an A4 size. So there was a reason why we created variations of this logo, right? So we have different variations. We have the logo like this, the landscape. We have it vertical, and we still have this extra one that we just created here now. This kind of one, right? So it's now left to you. Which one would you want to use for the brand? So I think this will be best for logo. For I say for logo for the letter heading. So a letter heading is basically just like the logo itself. So I bind you. All right. So this is the one I'm using. I'm using this one for the logo. So there's a measurement I use for how big this place should be. So I'll use my ruler and drag close to the letter heading. So this time it's not just bringing a ruler, but from this edge, I drag down here to the edge of the paper. Then I can bring a ruler up to number 2. So this is a measurement, 2 inches. So anything I'm doing here shouldn't be bigger than 2 inches. All right, so 2 inches. So I'll just keep this here, 2 inches. So now what else would we be needing in the letter heading? So I will copy this effect that we have in here. So since we have a brand pattern that we're already following already, so I'm going to power clip this in here. So edit the power clip, delete, paste. So I'm duplicating this one. All right, so I'm making it bigger. Then this one, I'll make it like it is. See? So I think this is too big. Right, so I'm going to like push them inside also. At least make lines, see where they go write their letters. So like I said, letter heading is really one of the most easy things you can do. Like what is even making it easier now is because we already have a brand pattern. Right? So brand patterns make stuff like this so easy. All you have to do is just take what you have here, bring it here also. I want to make it smaller. So the only one remaining is our amiable social media app. This is like the letter heading. So any other thing they need is to type the letter in here. So basically, like this, we are done with the letter heading. There's no other thing except I want to make this bigger. So this is basically the letter heading. So we keep following the brand pattern, and we can submit this. So if I want to make like a mock-up or presentation of this, right, I can basically just select any of these designs here. So I can just take this logo that we have with this, if I duplicate it, bring it here, right, then duplicate this one also. Should we even go with the two business cards? One is enough. So I can actually click on that page. So I can take this, put this inside this page. No, I they use my internet. So I decided to use a dark background instead this time. So you understand how this was done, right? I used the letter heading and the business card. So if we had our ID card by now, I would have placed it by the side somewhere. This is like how you can create simple mockups for yourself right now. So let's see how many pages we've done so far. You want to view, say view page. sorry, layouts. Where are you? Page sort of view. So we have one, two, three, four. Okay, 8 pages now. All right, so we have one, two, three, four, five, six. So this is I don't know if Gift is here, sir. This is the one that we will start sending as PDFs. So when we have finally finished all this, we'll now save and send PDF. So tomorrow we'll continue on that one. So let me just export this one first. So the more we continue, the more I make more changes. So design class, other
Hello, sir.
wellness. Yeah.
Since this will be printed, is it going to also be in RGB?
What are you saying? Explain yourself well.
I said, since this will be printed, will it the color still going to be RGB or CMYK?
I've told you currently that the printing machine we have now currently they are advanced printing stuff. So if you export this stuff even in RGB as a picture, or you export it as a PDF format RGB, when you send it to the printer will be able to do this color separation by themselves. All right. So what I do is that the way I design on my screen, that's how I export them. I'm a designer. I'm not a printer. All right. So I design and I export the same way I have on my screen, and I send to my printers, and the design has always come out the same way. All right. So that job is left to the printer. But if you say, okay, you are the designer and the printer, you have to learn about color separations, which is converting RGB printing to CMYK. Right? But currently, what we've been doing now, we've been working for screen. That's why we are exporting now for screen. But if you want to print, you tell the printer. In fact, I don't even need to tell my printer. Once I send my designs to my printer, they print it out. All right. So it depends on the kind of printing machine the printer you're working with is using. Hold on, let me export this stuff again.
Network no let me hear you, but I hear no say they talk.
That's good. But me, I dey hear you, sha. So I've exported. So hold on, let me check inside the class. Where did I export this to? The USB. Oh, there we have it. So now look at the file. So if I should send this stuff to my printer to print, then it will come out like this. So this is our first page, second page, third, fourth. The ID card we just create as a business card we just created now. Presentation of it, then the letter heading and the business card. So by tomorrow we should create more. All right. So you can try out just sketching. I say you sketch, that's sketching. Right? Unless you want to follow my own logo, that's it. So why I say you sketch is that you should create a new logo entirely, apart from this one, which you will use and start following this step by step stuff that we did. So if time is enough for us, we'll also create a flyer for this same brand. All right. So that it will be a complete brand stuff. So when you have done everything, you can now. So if you're under Nigerian graphic designers, you would have seen people who are posting stuff like this, brand identity, right? So stuff like this. So Aziz Saka, your name we use today. Let's send it to your group. What does Rejoice want us to do? Should we clap for her? I am in class. Blah, blah, yeah, yeah. What was I mean? What I want from you is show us your assignment. Oh. Also, you're telling us you are in
I would
class, studying in a car.
you will see it
I will see it. Oh yeah, nah, I'm waiting.
very, very soon.
Brand identity. design class work slash assignment. So we have to try and finish up this thing also. So we have 8 pages. So if you can take your time this night, don't sleep. Try and finish it. Or before you finish it, finish all the other first ones. All right. So everyone, please do have a nice day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Chat. What's in the chat box? Oh, that's 136. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you and God bless you. 6 minutes more. Um,